Guys, did anyone create it? Yeah. So yeah, mount points. So how you can mount your yeah. So mounting will be two types, guys. One is temporary mounting, another one is a permanent mounting. So temporary mounting is nothing but a temporary mounting is nothing but a you can mount the mount point at the running time at the system running time. System running time. So system running time means you just use the mount command mount command to mount the to mount the mount the directories or something like. So how you can use the command is command is mount slash dev sdb1. So the command source and destination. What is the destination, guys? Logs slash logs. So what is the command, guys? The command is mount
slash dev
source and destination. Destination. So in the source, you need to provide the device the partition name. At the destination, you provide the directory. In the destination, you provide the directory. Directory. So you example. This is the example, guys. So mount slash dev sdba app logs. Right. So the temperament will be deleted if you reboot your machine. So it will be deleted if you reboot your machine. So it will be available until restart. So the mount point is available. The mount point is the mount point is available until reboot or restart the machine. So after restarting, it will delete the mount point. So I don't want a temporary mount point. I want a permanent mount point, guys. I want a permanent mount point. Let's check. You see, guys, there is no amp logs and DBA logs. Before it is there. So I rebooted the machine. So it deleted the mount points. It deleted the mount points. Or else let me mount slash dev sdb sdb1. So what is the directory, guys? App logs. It's df hyphen ht. Yes, app logs is mounted. App logs is mounted at a running time, system running time, mission running time. I'm rebooting the mission. I'm rebooting the mission. Let's check if the mount point is available after restarting the mission or not. After restarting the mission or not. Yeah, it is restarting. Restarted. Now try to restart the mission. near root red hat. Yes, guys. So mission is restarted, server is restarted. Now I'm trying to execute the df-h command. Df means disk free, it will show. So is mount point is showing rebooting? No. The mount point is a temporary mount point. While using the mount command and mount the to mount the mount point, so if you reboot it automatically deleted, erases, it automatically unmounted. So the name call it as guys mount and unmount. What is that guys? A mount and unmount. Mount, unmount. Unmount means you mount. So you mount to mount the to mount it for using the mount command. To unmount the mount point, you can use the U mount. You can U mount. Let's show you guys that command. This is for mount, right? So unmount, U mount. Let's check. DF5HT. Yeah. So it is mounted. I want to unmount the U mount. U mount. Just provide the directory name for U mount. You see? DF5HT. It is unmounted. It is unmounted. Guys, understood? So this is the temporary mount. I want a permanent mount. I want a permanent mount after reboot also. So it will not delete the. If you specify if you specify the details in the slash etc fstab, a file. Fstab. So this is the file. In this file, you mention the mount point details. So after reboot also, it will mount. So it will mount. So how? So before going to restart, so if you press the restart, it will first shut down the machine. What? Shut down the machine. So while shutdowning time, what it will do? It will unmount the all the mount points mount points and then it will mount while starting the OS while starting the OS. So it will mount while starting the OS. So if you mention in the slash it is tab. So while starting the OS, it will check the etcfs tab entries. Yeah, what are the mount points are available? It will automatically mount the mount points. It will automatically mount the mount points. So let's add it in the fstab entries slash etc pa slash etc fstab entries. You see, so root that slash is unmounting again because of this is mentioned in the fstab entries. This is mentioned in the fstab entries. So that's the reason. So those mounts points are not deleted while rebooting the mission. It automatically mounted while while starting the OS. If you mentioned in the slash etc fstab entries. If you mentioned in the slash etc fstab entries. So slash dev hdb1. So hdb1, the mount point is applox. Applox. So the file system is. So what is the file system guys we created? XFS or ext4? ext4 I think. Defaults 0 0. Let's check that. Mount type and yeah, the wrong type of bad option, bad suspicion. STP1. I think XFS guys. Slash dev SDB1 app logs. The file system is XFS. defaults 0, 0. Let's check. Mount hyphen a means you can mount it all the mount points. Yes, it mounted. It mounted. I'm trying to reboot the mission. Let's check after the reboot. Is the mount point is available or not? Okay. Let's restart. Root. Red hat. You see guys? Applux is still exist. The mount point is still exists because of so we provided this mount point entries. This mount point entries in the slash etc fstab entries. So that's the reason this is the a permanent mounting. Is a permanent mounting. Guys understood? Guys understood or not?
Yes.
Means it will appears when we reboot, right?
Sorry.
Means applocks when we want the applocks, it
Uh,
will appears when
it will mount it while restarting the OS because of so we mentioned in the slash etc fstab entries. Guys
okay.
understood? Rafi?
Yeah, yeah, bro.
So that is your question or something like you can ask in Telugu also.
That's the question.
Yeah. So it will so because of why it is mounted again. So you mentioned in the slash
Is
it is
that's
FS.
us.
So if you mention in the slash FE slash it is FS drop, so that is the permanent mounting. So while rebooting also it will shut down, it will unmount and mount it again after the OS installation. After the OS started or while starting the OS.
Okay. Yeah, understood.
Guys understood? So I gave a task, but you guys had not done the task, right? Yeah. So for example, guys, a simple layman language, layman language. So I have a directory, something like applocks directory, applocks directory. I want I want a 50 GB space. I want a 50 GB space to store the images and videos. To store the images and the videos. For example, one directory. I need a 50 GB space, right? So how I can attach this, how I can attach that space, the storage to that applocks directory. So so something like first you need to buy the a storage device, storage, storage device, storage device, and attach it to attach to directory. So if you attach to the directory, so the directory that they are contains directory contains 50 GB. The directory contains the 50 GB. So I want to attach the space. I want to attach the space of storage. I want to attach space or a storage to save the data. So I want to attach that a storage. What is the storage device here? The storage device here is /dev sdb1. So you attach it to the directory. What is the directory here? So the directory is applogs. Now the applogs directory is having the 50 GB storage. Then you can use that 50 GB storage. You can use the 50 GB storage. Yes, understood? So inline X, yeah, the task guys. Task so 2, we can add another 30 GB, 30 GB storage means HDD to another hard disk to a VM. And what you can do, format the disk. So format the disk and create the partitions like /dev. What is the third? What is the third disk name, guys? What is the third disk name?
SDC.
Yes, SDC. You can create it at SDC, SDC1 only. You can create a one partition and attach to the entire space to that SDC1, so that 30 GB, so 30 GB, and uh, create a directory called as space or just logs. Outer logs is there, right? Mm, what you can do? Just you can create a app. You can create a just a directory called as a app, and and format the convert the convert the Linux file system type to XFS. One second. Yep, guys. So convert the file system type. So convert to the Linux file system type from null to XFS. Okay. So by using which command, guys? mk
Yeah.
fs dot xfs /dev sd sdc1 or something like, right. Then mount the mount the slash app directory via slash etc fs tab fs tab. So be careful, guys. So if you done any mistake, if you did any mistake, if you done so if you done any mistake, be careful while adding the entries in the fs tab. fs tab. So the entries are not corrected. The entries are not corrected. So it will shows the control D error. It will shows control D error. Unable to connect. Unable to start the OS. Unable to start the OS. Guys, understood? So this is the task 2. What is the task, guys? This is the task you guys can do. Guys, tomorrow definitely I will ask you, and I will ask you everyone, and share the screen and show this task 1 and task 2. Okay?
Okay.
You guys understood?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is nothing but a disk partitions, guys. So what is this? A disk
Disk
of
partition.
partitions. So disk partitions will be two types. One is two types. One is standard format. The second one is LVM. So the second one is LVM. What you guys can do, can do search in the YouTube or Google for the topic of LVM, guys. So LVM is a big topic. I don't want to explain this because of so as a DevOps engineer, we don't need this, but just we need to know disk partitions because of AWS ES3. So we have a AWS S3. So that's the reason I'm telling you this topic, a small intro about this topic. Okay, for the AWS S3 simple storage service. This is the a storage service. This is a storage service. So if you know the disk partitions about the disk, then only you will understand the AWS S3. AWS S3. That's the reason we set the disk partitions. Set the disk partitions. You guys just watch the YouTube videos or YouTube or something like a Google, and you can search it the what is LVM. What is a LVM? Guys, understood?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
bro. We go through.
The next topic is the next topic is the next topic is guys user administration. So what is user administration? What is this, guys? What is a user administration? So user administration. So in our system, you logged in as a which user, guys? You logged in as a which user? Root user and password equal to something, right? password equal to red hat or whatever it may be. So the user administration so you can log into the system at two types of users. You can log into the system. User admin. Why guys? Why it is showing? User administration. User administration. So user administration. So how you are login your system. How you are login your system. You can log in the system by two types. So one is a admin user, the other one is a non-admin user. You can use a admin user or a super user. Admin user, non-admin user. So admin users and non-admin users. So who are the admin users? Admin user is nothing but a super user. Super user can do anything. So who is the super user, guys? Super user is a root user. Who is that, guys? A root user. So non-admin users are something like Hari or Rafi or Chaitu or when are funny or whatever it means. These all are the non-admin users. These all are the non-admin users. So admin user, super user, admin user, super user can do anything, but non-admin user having certain limit of permission. For example, so non-admin user will execute only the bin commands, but the super user can execute both bin and has been commands. So the root user's home directory is created under the /root directory. /root directory. But the normal user's home directory is created under the /home Hari or whatever it may be. So Hari. So this is the user administration. Is the user administration. Guys, understood? So this is a big topic, guys. We need yeah, I will tell you. Yeah. So how many users created? How many users are created for the Linux OS window? Linux OS. So we need to create the 60,000 users. 60,000 users. How many users created for the CentOS 7? 60,000 users are created. How many guys? 60.
60,000 users.
Yeah. 60,000 users will create. So, Linux is a multi-OS operating system. Linux is a multi-OS operating system. So, how many users, guys? 60,000 users. So, we'll create it. 60,000 users. Users will create. Will create on a Linux, OS. Guys, are able to see? 60,000 users will create on Linux OS. So how many users? 60,000 users will create on the Linux OS. Linux OS. So in the 60,000 users, in the 60,000 users, 0 to triple nine, 0 to triple nine system related users, 0 to 39 system related users, system related users. So something like a 0, 0, the ID, UID, we call it as a UID, guys. The ID of the 0 is root UID is UID means user ID. So user ID, root user ID is 0. Root user ID is a 0. Normal user, non-admin like a normal user, UID starts from starts from, for example, Hari user is created. The UID is starts from 1000 and the UID user ID. A normal user UID starts from 1000. A 0 to triple nine system related users. So from 1000 to 60,000, 60,000 we can create the normal users 1000, 1001, 1000, 2000, 3. So these are the normal users. Normal user, non-admin or user will assign the UID from 1000 onwards. The system related users will assign the 0 to triple nine. Root UID is 0 and the normal users UID starts from 1000 onwards, 1000 to 60,000, 1000 to 60,000. So system related users, guys. So where is the information available? Cat slash etc passwd. Yeah. So the user information will be available under the slash etc password file. So this is the file. You guys see root UID is 0. So bin bash. So bin UID is 1, daemon 2, ADM 4, LP 4, async 5, shutdown 6, alt 7, mail 8. So these all are the system related users. So these all are the system related users. So up to 0 to triple nine. The Hari user is the normal user. Hari user starts from 1000. Hari user is starts from 1000. A normal user is starts from 1000. The home directory for the normal user is slash home Hari. Slash home Hari. So bin bash means you are able to access the submission. If you are using the SBIN no login, you are unable to access the SBIN no login. There is no login. There is no login. So bin bash able to log in the servers. Second. Okay. So user administration, all the users UID. UID means user ID, GID means group ID. So all the users UID or GID starts from 1000 by default. So user administration, all the user UID or GID starts from 1000 by default. UIDs, GIDs are 60,000. So 0 to 999 is the system itself uses. A root UID is 0. So 1000 to 60,000, all the general users. And the general users uses. So for a user account, primary group is mandatory. If you not assigned to any group, user himself behave as a group. So what is a group, guys? So as per your understand, what is a group? Guys, tell me what is a group? So what is a group, guys? Number of people are added in
Single.
one group. So, or one group. That is nothing but a group, right? For example, so in DevOps, DevOps is the group. What is the group name, guys? DevOps is the group name. In the DevOps, how many people are there? Hari is there. Lavanya is there. Lavanya is there. Vinay is there. Venkat is there. Venkat is there. Funny is there. So these all are the, these all people are related to which group, guys? A DevOps groups. DevOps group. Whatever the permissions, whatever the whatever the permissions since are assigned to this group, that permissions since the permissions added to to users also. Users also. For example, DevOps group, for example, Linux engineer. Who are there, guys? Linux engineers. So in the Linux engineer, Sai, Rafi, Funny one, Funny two. So Funny two are there. So these are related to the Linux engineers group. The other one is cloud, cloud engineers. What are this? Cloud engineers. So cloud engineers are something like Ramesh, Jashwant, Jashwant. For example, guys, Jashwant, Naveen, Prithvi, so Prithvi. So these all are related to cloud engineers. These all are related to Linux engineers. These are related to DevOps engineers. So these are the groups, guys. DevOps groups, Linux engineers groups, Linux engineer group, and the cloud engineer group. So whatever the permissions are assigned to this group, the permissions will be, so the permissions will be used to the available engineers, the available cloud engineers, the people, users. Guys understood? Guys understood?
Yes, bro.
Okay. So so for an user account, primary group is mandatory. So every user having a primary group is mandatory. So if you are not assigned to any group, user himself behaves as a group. User himself behaves as a group. Guys, please listen and practice carefully. Please listen and practice carefully because this concept This concept is used in AWS cloud. The service name call it as a IAM, identity
Yeah.
access management. So it will relate to the IAM service in the AWS. IAM service in the AWS guys. Okay, understood, right? Yeah. So for an user account, primary group is mandatory. If you are not assigned to any group, user herself behaves as a group. Group add. How you can create a group? So group add to create a system group for the user. It may be a primary or a secondary group, and all the groups information will be available under the /etc group. So group add group name. Group add -g GID group name. If you want to specifically add the GID or default by default 1000, it will from 1000 it will start. So these are all the groups information. So user add. So user add is nothing but to create the user account. So how you can create the user account? You can create the user account. User add options, guys. These all are the options. What these are? So these all are the options. Hyphen U is nothing but UID. You want to you want to give a specific UID. Specific UID means I want to give a specific UID something like a fancy number 1010 or 222, 333, 344, whatever it may be. So if you want to give the UID, you can use the -u option. So if you want to specify a primary group, you can specify a -g. So -g DevOps, capital G secondary group as a Linux engineers or a cloud engineers. So -d is nothing but home directory, -c is nothing but a comment, S is nothing but a shell. So what is the syntax, guys? User add options username. So these all are the options. If you are specifying or if you are not specifying, it automatically takes the default ones. It automatically takes the default ones. So whenever you create a user, the user details are going to store under the /etc password. So whenever you create a user, the user details are going to store under the /etc password. The user details will be stored under the user which file, guys. The user details will be stored under the this file /etc passwd file. /wd file. So database file. The user's passwords are going to store under the /etc shadow. Every user. So root user having the password red hat. The user information will be stored under the user information will be stored under the /etc password database file. The password information will be stored under the /etc shadow database file. So database a file. Shell. What is a shell, guys? So shell is used to interact with the system to know how many shells to know how many shells are available /etc cells. If you use the /etc cells, you will see the how many cells are available. Cat /etc cells and bin bash is the default shell for the all the Unix users. What is the, guys? Bin bash is the default shell. Bin bash is the default shell for all the Linux users. What is this, guys? Bin bash. Bin bash is the default default shell for the Linux. Sbin no login is a special shell which goes no interaction with the system. So if you use the sbin no login, so we are unable to log into the system. Unable to log into the system. Generally, all the service user accounts are assigned with no login sbin service. So the system related users are 0 to 999. Those are assigned as a sbin no login cells. So will not interact with that say shell. So that's the reason sbin no login, sbin no login, sbin no login. Has been no login, has been no login, has been no login. Has been no login means you are unable to access the server. So for example, so this is Hari, right, guys? So I created my account passwd to reset the password, guys. To set the password. What is that Hari user? Passwd, sorry. Passwd Hari user. I'm also giving the red hat, the password authentication successfully. User add Rafi, for example. So I created a Rafi user. I want to modify the Rafi user mod, or else guys, I will create a user add something like Vinay. I'm creating a Vinay user, guys, but I'm using the options hyphen. So hyphen, yes. What is the option to create the shell, guys? What is the option to create the
Yes,
a shell? So what is the option, guys?
yes, yes.
S is nothing but a shell. So hyphen s is nothing but a shell. Hyphen s slash has been no login. Has been no login Vinay. So I'm giving the no login shell to the Vinay. So cat slash etc possibility. So slash etc possibility. In the Vinay, you see guys has been no login. But Rafi bin bash Hari bin bash. Let's log in Vinay passwd Vinay. I'm giving password as a red hat. So I want to log in as a Vinay duplicate session, guys. I'm taking a duplicate session. So the Hari user is Hari. The password is red hat. Yes, I'm able to access because of you having the bin bash access. So I'm logging as a Vinay. Vinay. The password is red hat. You see, guys? So it automatically terminated because of so VNA having the has been no login. So VNA is unable to access the server because of VNA is having the has been no login. So let's modify the VNA account, guys. User mod hyphen s bin bash. So we are providing the bin bash cats etc passwd. Yeah, pipe grep. I don't want to see all the file. I want to just grep the Vinay. I want to just grep the Vinay. So Vinay having now a bin bash. Let's try to log in as a Vinay. Vinay red hat. Yeah, you see guys. So if you assign as a has been no login, you are unable to access the server. If we are having the bin bash, then only you can able to access. Then only you can able to access. Please understood? Yeah. So the shadow file and the passwd file. So the passwd is nothing but so the user credential, user details are going to store under the slash etc passwd database file. User passwords are going to store under the slash etc shadow. So shell it is used to interact with the system to know how many shells are available in slash etc cells, cat slash etc cells. We will have it. Guys, understood, guys? So grep no login etc password to see the user's list of no login shell. So echo shell to know the working shell, guys. To know the working shell. I already showed you, right, guys? Cell and everything, right? So how you can check that shell echo dollar shell. Yeah, bin bash. So we are using the bin bash /etc shell shells are, yeah. How many shells are there? Sh bash bash. So these are the bash is nothing but a born again shell. The Linux and Unix are having the a bash shell prompt. Bash shell a prompt. Guys understood? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
bro.
we'll continue from tomorrow, guys. So we'll show you. So what we discussed today? So we discussed about the so tomorrow we'll show you guys. Group add, add, user mod, user del,
Delete.
pass wd to set the password for the user del to delete the user. We'll show you guys tomorrow. User mod to modify the existing user user add to create a user a new user. So group add to create a new group. Yes, understood. So these are the concepts and change change age of the password. Change 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 age of the password is the change age of the password. So these are the commands. User add, group add, user mod, user del, possibility change. These are commands. We'll show you. Yeah. Tomorrow, so we will show you. So user add, group add, and user mod, and user del, and possibility and change. Okay, guys, understood?
Yeah, bro.
The simple topics, guys. Simple and easy. So simple and easy. So the password. So assign the password, we can lock the password, unlock the password, delete the password, status of the password. Okay. The what are the fields are there in the so these are the fields, right? cat/etc passwd. These are the fields. What these are? So these are the username. So this is the password. This is the UID. This is the GID. So this is the username comment. So this is the bin bash. So this is the bin bash. So we'll show you that. We'll show you everything. So this is nothing but a username. This is nothing but a password. This is a UID. This is a GID. This is the home directory. This is the bin bash. So this is the login prompt. We'll show you tomorrow, guys. We'll show you each and every and cat/etc pass WP. So in the pass WD also shadow, right? Yeah, guys. So what these fields are? So these are the passwords. We'll show you tomorrow. We'll explain everything in tomorrow. Yeah, fields in the /etc fstab. Fields in the so fields in the shadow and fields in the is passability and chase also we will provide. That shadow also we have a seven fields are there. So we'll discuss about the seven fields and user mod, user del, user del, user mod, user del. What is this? Yeah. So we'll show you the chase also. Chase and password. So password, set the date of the last password change, account expiration date, password inactive or expiration, account gaining information, maximum number of password change, minimum number of password says, set expiration warning says. So we'll show you tomorrow. Guys, understood?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll continue from tomorrow. Guys, please practice and do the tasks, guys. Okay. So whatever I gave the two tasks, right? You guys will must and should complete those two tasks. So I will ask each and every people. I will ask you the task. I will ask you the task tomorrow. As understood?
Yes.
Again, I will post it in the today's session also. Please, please complete the below two tasks. Hey guys, I pasted in the chat, guys. I pasted in the WhatsApp chat. You guys can see it and do the practice. Okay.
Sure.
Thank you guys.
Okay, bro.
We'll continue from tomorrow.